those are my exact dance moves.
I want that.
Coming up next, we have Brazil. This national costume was designed by the Brazilian stylist Michele X. The inspiration came from cotton production and the Brazilian textile industry as a whole. Brazil is the 5th leading producer of cotton in the world, so this cotton queen ensemble is made of the light and noble fabric. You'll never feel rotten when you're dressed like cotton. Brazil!
British Virgin Islands. Today we take off in search of the British Virgin Islands largest bird, the flamingo. In the 1830s, this unique and beautiful creature was hunted to extinction. But in 1992, the population came back. Life doesn't stink when your bird gets pink. It's British Virgin Islands.
Up next we have Bulgaria. This national costume is an ancient 18th century dress from a region in western Bulgaria. It has great sentimental value as it was especially made to celebrate this contestant's great-grandmother's engagement. It's uncanny how she dresses like Granny, Bulgaria.
Up next, Cambodia. This unique ensemble is called God of Unity and represents solidarity, harmony, and peace. The style is conceptualized from the sculptures of Khmer ancient temples. You'll never cease to be at peace when you're Cambodia.
Time to fill you in on some Miss Universe trivia. Did you know that only 3 countries have competed in all 69 editions of Miss Universe? Anybody know who they are? It's Canada, France, and USA. Making her way to the runway now, we have Cameroon. This beautiful creation was inspired by Cameroon's national animal, the lion. The costume symbolizes the majestic love her country has for this mighty creature, and to reinforce her regal position as a force for good. She's up here trying to look like a lion, Cameroon.
Coming up next is Canada. This Canadian superhero fights for racial equality, with a race fist representing the fight, and a shield representing strength and resistance. The maple leaf and the red and white are dominant colors, just like the country's flag. It's important to fight what you know is right, like Canada.
Give it up for Cayman Islands. The Cayman Islands are renowned for their beautiful beaches, where visitors and locals alike can submerge into crystal clear waters. The orange of this costume represents the sunset, and the blue wavy fabric represents the sea. We'd love to be lost at sea with Cayman Islands.
That would look fabulous on you, Nick.
What's that?
That would look fabulous on you.
Thank you, I agree.
seashells, a headdress, and glitter. Who doesn't wish for plenty of fish like Chile?
Up next, give it up for China. This golden gown is an example of an ancient Chinese court dress with modern art elements. The irregular gold particles on the long skirt spread out from the middle, representing the worldview of the Chinese nation. Although we may be different, it's important to remain united. It never gets old to be covered in gold like China.
Beautiful China. Coming up is Colombia. The goddess of Maquera represents the protective force and power of indigenous Colombian women. Whoever wears the suit carries them with legacy of an ancient culture where women are always the protagonists. Unless you're a fool, you know women rule. Colombia!
Here's a fun fact about Colombia. They're one of only 2 countries tied for the most national pasta awards ever, with 6. The other being Thailand.
We know why.
All right, give it up for Costa Rica. The dress seen here is covered by 350 die-cut flowers in the form of an orchid, because the purple orchid is Costa Rica's national flower. The body of this spectacular costume is covered in hand-painted 3D flowers and crystals. It probably took hours to cut all these flowers for Costa Rica.
Up next, we have Croatia. This costume is inspired by the mirrors on the traditional